Hello, welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meat. I'm your host Chris. As usual, it's the first week of March. Let's see what's been happening in the last 7 days. First of all, last episode, I mentioned that James Mangold had tweeted to say that principal photography had finished on Indiana Jones 5. Today, he tweeted to say that he had started editing on Indy 5, and he sort of cryptically mentioned, he says, although I've been cutting for a while shooting, I officially start editing Indie today. To all of those asking about trailers and teasers, steel drops and first looks and other sneaks, peeks or sneaks, this is the right place to look for info, but it's just a bit too soon. Be well and be patient. So yeah, James Mangold's Twitter account, he will no doubtly be starting to tweet stuff over the coming weeks and months, but nothing at the moment. He's still teasing us. We are obviously still almost a year and a half out from release of Indiana Jones 5, from it being put back several times. So yeah, that's all the news we've got at the moment. So, but hopefully we will start getting some images and bits and pieces. I suspect it won't be a while yet for a trailer. Maybe a teaser in the summer. I don't know, but yeah, we should start getting to see some actual images shortly, which would be fantastic. Also in the news this week, all of the Netflix Marvel series are coming to Disney Plus on the 16th of March. This was pretty much a no-brainer, especially as soon as Netflix announced that they were losing all of the Marvel shows, such as what we got: Daredevil, Jessica Jones, The Defenders, The Punisher, everything like that. Pretty obvious it was going to go to Disney Plus, and sure enough, they announced it is going on there. They were Netflix, they were actual Netflix shows, so I'm assuming Disney threw enough money at them, or whether or not there was a thing written into the contract originally to do with the rights. But either way, they're all going to Disney Plus. I mean, technically, they don't actually sort of negate any of the continuity of the MCU. Indeed, I remember in bits at the beginning of Daredevil, they do mention the sort of Avengers battle in New York happening. And of course, all the opening seasons of Agents of Shield did actually have people dropping in and referenced the MCU movies as they happened. So yes, they've not been completely negated. They are still all there, and they will be coming to Disney Plus, I say, 16th of March. Chris Hemsworth, who will of course be seen next in Thor: Love and Thunder, has announced this week he's been cast as the villain Dementus in George Miller's prequel to Mad Max Fury Road, starring Anya Taylor-Joy as well as a younger Furiosa. And they announced they were looking to cast younger versions of the Immortan Joe and the Bullet Farmer and some of the other sort of bad guys. So they're obviously going to be in it as well. Yeah, I absolutely love Mad Max Fury Road. I'm sure I've mentioned before. I think it's absolutely stunning. One of the best action pictures ever made. Just looks absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I'm so looking forward to Furiosa. Anya Taylor-Joy, I think, is a fantastic actress, and I think she can do a young Charlize Theron really well. So yeah, I don't know when. I mean, hopefully it's not going to take us long to come to the screen as Mad Max Fury Road did. But yeah, that will be coming at some point with Chris Hemsworth as playing against type as a bad guy. Futurama. I mentioned a few weeks ago that some new episodes had been commissioned by Hulu, and everyone was coming back except for John DiMaggio, who voices Bender, amongst others. But the good news is he's now back as well after some negotiations. They finally saw sense. Bender's one of the main guys. You can't replace him. So it's good to see that John DiMaggio will be back voicing Bender in the Futurama new series, which will be coming to Hulu at some time in the future. Disney Plus, no doubts here in the UK. Most of the Hulu stuff seems to come here. We had the trailer this week for Bullet Train, Brad Pitt's new movie, coming from the director of Deadpool 2 and Atomic Blonde. So probably stylish looking. To say the trailer looks very stylish. You've got Brad Pitt, we've got Zazie Beetz, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Sandra Bullock's in it as well. About 5 assassins, I believe it is, on a bullet train in Japan. And it reminded me of Smoking Aces, which is another very sort of stylized movie about a whole bunch of assassins getting together. It looks like that on a train. I think it's Joe Carnahan did that, didn't he? Yeah, which is great and violent. And yeah, this looks very it looks very sort of comic booky, very stylized as well. I'll drop a link to it in the description below as always. And also don't forget, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, which would be great. Quite a few subscribers in the last week or so. I think they're coming off the back, as I've said before, of some other videos I've done where I've been building the Razor Crest ship from The Mandalorian, and part 4 of that should be coming up any day now as well. But yeah, Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. I'm not sure on the release date of that, but I think that might be this summer. But yeah, it looks pretty interesting to me. We also got news that I believe Google tells me his name is Fede Alvarez. I believe that's pronounced correctly. Who did Don't Breathe and the Evil Dead remake slash reboot slash sequel a few years ago, is going to be tackling a new Alien movie again, which will probably be coming to Hulu, Disney Plus here in the UK. I suppose there's a chance that if it turns out really good, they may release it theatrically, but at the moment it looks like it's going straight to streaming. And not to be confused with Noah Hawley's Alien TV show, which will also be coming to Hulu and Disney Plus as well. No, it's going to be a standalone film. Not many other details on it at the moment. I mean, who knows? We haven't had a decent Alien film since Aliens, really. All the rest of them have been, subpar to middling, some downright atrocious. Alien Covenant, looking at you there. And Fede Alvarez, Don't Breathe was a very suspenseful movie. And the original Alien was obviously was described as a full-on haunted house movie in space. So he may be a good fit. And it was some good gore in Evil Dead. It was pretty good. He did produce the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie on Netflix, which isn't great. Yeah, who knows? I mean, he at this point in the franchise, it can't get any worse. Hoping that Noah Hawley's series will be good. I've enjoyed everything he's done before, Legion and Fargo included. It worries me a bit that it's set about 70 years in the future from now, apparently, which would be before the actual Alien movie, and it's going to be set on Earth. So I don't know. And Ridley Scott's involved, and they were talking about androids and AI, so we may get a continuation of the sort of synthetic robots story rather than the actual alien itself, which will be a shame, but we will see with that in the future. That's about it for this week. What have I watched? All of Us Are Dead. I finished off. Mentioned last week I was watching it, the Korean zombie series on Netflix, which is fantastic. If you like zombies, it's great. Lots of gore. Kids trying to get out of a high school. It shows you other bits of the surrounding city as well. 28 Days Later style rampaging zombies rather than the shuffling Romero ones. And yeah, it's all good fun. It's a bit overwrought in places, as some Asian movies and TV series are, but that's just the way it sort of comes with the territory. Enjoyable. Really liked it. Whether it will get another season, I don't know. It sort of sets it up for one, so maybe we will. But that's All of Us Are Dead, say, on Netflix. Well worth a watch. The Batman came out this week, has sort of done pretty well at the box office. Great reviews. I'm going to see that this week. I'll let you know what I think of that in the next episode. As I say, there should be episode dropping in a couple of days, finishing off the Razor Crest model build. And that's about it from me. So until next week, take care, eat gig, and be merry.